Hi guys, so in this video I wanted to touch on my Arrow video release on Blu-ray, entire collection that I've got. So yeah, I've seen a few people on YouTube do this and I thought I'd give it a go myself and try and spread the word on some of these titles. So yeah, some of them are really good, some of them are really bad in my opinion, but I'm glad to own each and every one of these. So yeah, just kicking it off, I've got a couple of the special edition box sets I want to touch on, and I've got about 6 steelbooks, and then I'm going to get into the regular releases. So I've got about 74 titles here, so I do apologise if this is a bit of a long video. But yeah, going to kick into it straight away with Clive Barker's Nightbreed. Really good looking box set this. Enjoyed the film for what it was. But yeah, it's a great looking presentation, this, and I just think it looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's Nightbreed. Next one I've got is Dario Gento's Phenomena. Again, really enjoyed this film for what it was. Not one of my favourites by Dario Argento, but it's a good looking film, great looking packaging as well. But yeah, enjoyed that one. They're the only 2 box sets I've got. I know there's many more, but I haven't really delved too much in that realm. So getting into the steelbooks now. The first one I've got is White of the Eye. Great looking cover and a great looking steelbook, this one. Shame about the film, it just didn't really have that effect on it. It wasn't the film I wanted it to be. But it was okay for what it was. Yeah, it just didn't appeal to me that as much as I wanted it to, but it's okay, it's fine. Next steelbook I've got, this is a film I absolutely really love, and it's Brian De Palma's Blowout with John Travolta and Nancy Allen. Great looking steelbook and a great movie too, just absolutely brilliant. So if you can check this one out and find it, pick it up. I had a blast with it. Same with this next one as well. Got the steelbook for Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, another creepy movie. Great looking steelbook too. I just love the plainness of the white on it. I think it looks so good. But yeah, it's a great film and a great looking Blu-ray too. This next one's one of my favourites as well. I've got the Long Good Friday on steelbook. Absolutely love the artwork on this cover. It just pops. So colourful. Great looking film as well with Bob Hoskins. Just absolutely great, anything he's into. And a great release as well. Now, this next one is probably my favourite steelbook I own in my entire collection, not just Arrow. And it's John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. I absolutely love how this thing looks. The colours on it just absolutely pop. It's a fantastic film too. One of Carpenter's best in my opinion. So entertaining and so fun. I do unfortunately have a few scratches on the back there, but the movie itself just delivers. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely love that film. And the last steelbook I've got is Vincent Price and Diana Rigg in Theatre of Blood. Again, a movie that really surprised me. The only thing I don't like is the title runs the other way, down the spine. But yeah, it's a great little film about revenge, about this actor who got slated by these critics. And it sort of ruined his career, but he comes back and gets revenge and murders them all in these different creative ways. I remember Mark Gatiss talking about this on Sunday Brunch, so I was like, yeah, I'll give that film a look and see what it's like, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, just getting into the regular releases now. First one I've got is the Honeymoon Killers. Kind of reminded me of Natural Born Killers, this movie. It was enjoyable for what it was. I don't think it needs to be an 18. There's only really like one death in it. But yeah, it was fine for what it was. Next one I've got is Pit Stop. Yeah, thought this movie was okay. It didn't blow my socks off or anything, but I'm glad to have it. Same can be said for this one, the Bloodstained Butterfly. Thought it was alright, didn't mind it at all. But yeah, just glad to have it. And again, same for this one. Retaliation, great looking movie on Blu-ray, great cover. Film just didn't blow me away, unfortunately. Great cover to this one too. Bay of Blood, really, really great looking cover, but again, the film just didn't blow my socks off. Next one we've got is David Cronenberg's Shivers. Yeah, just again, it's an okay movie. I'm glad to have it, but it just didn't blow my socks off. Got some creepy scenes in it as well towards the end with the swimming pool. Next one I've got is Bride of Reanimator. I absolutely love the first one. The second one just didn't quite hit that mark for me. But yeah, it's worth a one-time watch if you enjoy the first one. Next one I've got is, again, Cronenberg's Rabbid. Again, just didn't quite do much for me, this film. Glad to own it, though, and I'm glad to have seen it at least once. But yeah, it was okay. This next one was a bit of a disappointment to me, and it's Dead End Driving. Again, great looking cover, but the film just didn't really do much for me. I thought it was going somewhere interesting, but it just let me down a little bit. But yeah, again, still another one I'm glad to own. Next one I've got is The Happiness of the Katakouris. Again, going into this movie absolutely blind, didn't know what I was getting myself into. Thought it was just very strange and bizarre. But yeah, I got this at a time when I think HMV were having this deal where it was like 5 for £30, and I picked this one up just to like sort of fill in that number 5 gap. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Enjoyed it for what it was. Next one I've got is Brain Damage. Now, this is a film I really, really enjoyed, about this sort of parasite that latches onto you and it just absolutely fucks you up. And it's like been around for like hundreds of years, and I love that little story that gets told about it. Oh, yeah, I really, really dug Brain Damage. Thought it was a ton of fun. Same for this next one for me, The Guyver. Again, just another fun film with quite an alright cast to it as well. You know, got Mark Hamill in there. Based on a manga, I think. I've not read it at all. I don't really know much about the character, but I think this film didn't really do the character justice from what I've heard. But I still enjoyed it all the same. Thought it was alright. Great looking cover to it as well. Next one I got was another film that was a bit of a disappointment to me, considering its cast and director, and it's Raising Cain with John Lithgow by Brian De Palma. Had one suspenseful scene in it involving this car and someone passing it, but other than that, it just didn't do much for me, unfortunately. Next one I've got is Deranged. Yeah, this film really creeped me out. I just thought it was just too gruesome in parts. Really made me feel queasy. But yeah, it was. I'm glad to have it and own it. And I've watched it at least once. But yeah, I don't think I'll be watching it again. Next one we've got is Porkies. Again, probably a movie that could be made today. Just sort of at the height of those teen sex comedies that came out in the 80s. Yeah, it's an okay watch, I guess. Next one I've got is The Stuff. Really good sort of monster movie. This pretty much this liquid that comes out of the ground, but it tastes absolutely delicious. It gets marketed and branded and sold, and everyone sort of eats it, apart from this one kid who pretty much has seen the effects of it, and it just pretty much rots you from the inside. But no one believes him. But yeah, it's a fun movie. Definitely worth checking out. And next one I've got is Obsession by Brian De Palma. This is one I'm probably going to have to rewatch because I don't really remember much about it. But it was good from what I do remember. Next one we've got is The Fury by De Palma as well. Yeah, great movie with Kirk Douglas in it as well. Anything he's in is pretty good. So yeah, check that one out if you can. Next one we've got is The Delta Force with Chuck Norris and Lee Marvin. Generic action movie, but when that soundtrack kicks in, it is so good. I absolutely love the theme in this. It is just so energetic and really, really pumps you up. Next one I've got is The Incredible Melting Man. Just probably the lowest ranked movie on IMDb, I think, out of all the ones I've got from Arrow. But I had a blast with it. I thought it was just so much fun. Really, really creative. Don't really get why it's got such a low score, but yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. Next one I've got is Zombie Flesh Eaters. Now, zombie movies really, really creep me out, and this was no exception. It really, really did get under my skin, this film. I don't really have plans to watch it again because I just find zombie films too creepy. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved the zombie versus the shark scene underwater. I thought that was brilliant. The music in this movie is just, it's fantastic. It just really captures like the environment of like zombies coming back to life. But yeah, it's not a bad film at all. Next one I've got is The Beast Within. I absolutely love the artwork on this cover. Just another great little monster movie. Next one I've got is Dario Gento's Inferno. I absolutely love his stuff from the 70s and 80s. Just think he absolutely killed it with the horror genre. Just another great looking film. Same can be said for this one as well. Tenebrae, really, really good. Great companion pieces with Inferno and Suspiria. Really, really good horror films from him. Next one I've got is Demons. I really, really enjoyed this film. Thought it was really creative. I loved the theatre setting in this film. And the demon makeup effects in it as well are absolutely brilliant too for the time. Next one I've got is Motel Hell. Yeah, this was another movie that was really, really uncomfortable. It's all about these farmers who sort of like kill people and replant them in the ground and come up with this new product to sell. But yeah, I thought it was really creepy for what it was. Next one is a bit of an underrated one, Blood Rage. Got some really, really good effects in this, and it's not a bad movie too. Enjoyed it for what it was. Next one I've got is James Caan in Rollerball. I remember seeing the cover to this when I was really younger and thinking, what is that movie about? It's a great sort of like dystopian sports movie set in the future. And yeah, it was a good time. I had fun with it. Definitely worth checking out. Now this one was a ton of fun. Frankenhooker. I just absolutely love this film. I thought it was so fun. It's about this guy whose girlfriend pretty much gets killed by a lawnmower, and then he tries to like resurrect her in his lab, but he uses like the dead body parts of prostitutes. So when he brings her back, all she wants to do is like fuck strangers for money. But yeah, it was a blast and I had a good time with it, and a really bizarre and silly ending, but it was just so much fun. Next one, this one was a bit lackluster for me, and it's Eaten Alive. I thought it was just okay. It didn't blow my socks off in any way, shape or form, but I'm glad to have seen it at least once. Next one I've got is The Exterminator. Pretty much exactly the same as Eaten Alive. Just thought it was okay at best. It didn't blow me away or knock my socks off or anything like that. Next one I've got is The Car. I dug this movie. It sort of reminded me a little bit of Christine, a little bit with its concept. But yeah, I had a good time with it. Thought it was fun. Next one I've got is Madman. Another sort of typical slasher movie. You got Galen Ross in there from Dawn of the Dead, but I think she was credited under a different name in this. I've only really seen 3 films with her in. Dawn of the Dead, this, and Creepshow. But yeah, it was an alright slasher for what it was. Next one I've got is Zados. I can't explain what the fuck this film's about. It was so bizarre. Yeah, that belt thing that Sean Connery wears in this, just absolutely insane. But I'm glad to have owned it. It's just, I've got no idea what it's about. It's so strange. Next one I've got is George Romero's Night Riders. I couldn't really get into this film, to be honest. I really, really wanted to. Because I do like George Romero stuff. I'm not a big fan of The Crazies, though. That film depressed the life out of me, that. Watching it, but I really do like Monkey Shines and his Dead movies as well. But yeah, I just couldn't get into it like I wanted to, unfortunately. Next one I've got is Contamination. The cover to this looks absolutely amazing. Could be seen as a sort of knockoff to Alien, and I can completely get that, but I really, really loved the violence in this movie. It really, really was pumped up for me. Next one I've got is Stormy Monday with a great cast of this movie, actually. Melanie Griffith, Tommy Lee Jones, Sting and Sean Bean. But the movie just felt a bit lackluster to me. I really, really wanted to get into this. Maybe I need to give it another watch. But yeah, but it was just it was okay. Next one I've got is another one. Well, not another one, but it's got Roddy Piper in this. As Hell Comes to Frogtown. Yeah, so silly, but so entertaining. Just absolutely nuts and bonkers film, but I enjoyed it. Next one I've got is, this is sort of like a classic. This it's not a movie I grew up with, but it's a really, really good sort of like horror film. Night of the Comet. Yeah, just a great looking movie. Absolutely love the cover on this. It was just so much fun as well. Just a great 80s horror film. Next one I've got is Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. I don't love this movie as much as some people do, and I really, really wanted to. I was just a little bit disappointed with it. It's not a bad film by any means at all, but I just really, really wanted to enjoy it, but just couldn't. But yeah, I'm still glad I own it. Maybe I need to give it another rewatch. Now, I thought this was a really good film. Runaway Train with Eric Roberts and John Voight. Yeah, really, really enjoyed this film. Thought it was really, really quite good and quite something. Great looking Blu-ray too. Next one I've got is Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing. Got a young Sharon Stone in this too. Yeah, just a creepy, creepy movie that I quite enjoyed. Next one I've got is Chud. Great creature feature this as well. It's got John Hurd in it, Daniel Stern, obviously before Home Alone. But yeah, I thought it was really quite fun for what it was, with a great cast. So definitely check out Chud if you can get your hands on it. Next one I've got is Kurt Russell in Dark Blue. I probably need to give this another one a rewatch, to be fair. It just didn't blow me away or knock my socks off again, unfortunately, but I thought it was pretty good for what it was. So I'm going to get into like my top ones now, because I sort of have my favourite ones ranked separately. So these are the ones I really, really enjoy the most. So the first one I've got is Sisters by Brian De Palma. I dug this movie. Great cast in it as well with Margot Kidder. Really, really suspenseful stuff and really, really quite creepy too. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. Next one I've got is Battle Royale. I absolutely love this film. When I went to see The Hunger Games, I really, really couldn't get this film out of my mind and really wished that I was rewatching this. But yeah, it's just a fantastic film. I think this has got 2 or 3 cuts of the movie. 2 cuts, the director's cut, and the theatrical. I think in the director's cut there's a scene involving one of the girls who gets like abused. You find out a little bit more about her backstory, but yeah, I really enjoyed Battle Royale so much. Just a really creative concept. Another Brian De Palma film, that is Dressed to Kill. Yeah, really enjoyed this. Great Michael Caine movie. Great to see Nancy Allen there as well. Keith Gordon. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was just a brilliant film, to be fair. Next one I've got is King of New York with Christopher Walken. Great crime movie this. Really enjoyed it. Great cast to it as well. Christopher Walken and Wesley Snipes. Lawrence Fishburne too. Really enjoyed it. Next one I've got is Michael Mann's Thief. Again, just another great James Caan movie. Absolutely fantastic soundtrack to it as well. Really enjoyed Thief. This is probably one of my favourite horror films to come out of the 80s, and it's Maniac Cup. I adore this film. I just think it is so much fun. Got a great cast in it as well with Tom Atkins and Bruce Campbell. Love both the covers on this. I just think it is so good. I love the music as well at that flashback scene where we find out what happened to Matt Cordell. So good. Got a cameo in there as well from Sam Raimi at the end as well. He plays like the sort of reporter at this parade. But yeah, I massively enjoy Maniac Cop. I think it's so underrated. Maniac Cop 2 is not that bad either. Not as good as the first in my opinion, but yeah, I've still got the VHS to that as well. Next one I've got is Mona Lisa with Bob Hoskins. I really enjoyed this movie as well. Michael Caine and Robbie Coltrane too. Yeah, I had a good time with Mona Lisa. Thought it was really good. Next one we've got is probably my second favourite Dario Argento film, probably just after Suspiria, and it's Deep Red. I loved this movie. It creeped the hell out of me, and it had such creepy vibes to it. So much fun. Had an absolute blast with Deep Red, so it's worth checking out. Next one I got is another really good slasher film in my opinion, and it's The Burning. Yeah, I enjoyed it. If movie worms are watching this, yep, that canoe scene's fucking great. But yeah, some really good kills in this too. Fisher Stevens and Jason Alexander, really surprised to see them in this movie. Really young roles for them. But yeah, I thought it was an alright slasher. It was entertaining. Next one I've got is Bound. I absolutely loved and adored this film. I think it is just, again, it's another slow burn crime filler, but it's got some really good sexy scenes in it too. It just really is enjoyable. Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon, great chemistry the two of them have got. It's just absolutely fantastic. So if you can check Bound out, fully recommend it. Next one I've got is Cohen and Tate with Adam Baldwin and Roy Scheider. I love this movie. You've got these two playing these two hitmen who have to sort of kidnap this witness who's a child, and the child just absolutely plays the two of them off each other and gets them hating each other and arguing with each other to try and escape. Really underrated film, Cohen and Tate. So if you can check it out, it's fantastic. Next one I've got is another Roy Scheider film. That's 52 Pickup. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Thought it was really good. Didn't enjoy it as much on the second time I saw it. First time I absolutely loved it, but second time it just didn't do that much for me. But yeah, I thought it was still a pretty good film. Next one I've got is Tobe Hooper's Life Force. A great looking movie with some great effects. Really underrated. Fully recommend checking this one out. And the next one I've got is Society. I love this film. It is so much fun. The ending to this film, the shunting, is one of the most bizarre, insane things I've ever seen in a movie, and I loved every second of it. It was fantastic. Very, very creepy movie, but I loved it so much. So it was absolutely brilliant. So check Society out if you can. Only got a few more now. Next one I've got is Vamp with Grace Jones. I loved this movie. I thought it was so much fun. Not as good, but reminded me a little bit of Fright Night. Grace Jones, of course, has absolutely no dialogue in the film whatsoever, but it was just great. It was just a great sort of little 80s vampire movie that I absolutely loved. The scene that creeped me out the most in this is probably there's a little girl vampire and she jumps up, and I was just freaked out by that. But it had... it was just really, really enjoyable. Next one I've got is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I absolutely love this film. The comedy in it is just so, so funny. I had an absolute blast with it and just thought it was a really, really good time. So, yeah, if you can check out Elvira, absolutely hysterical. So much fun. This next one is a film I absolutely love and adore. I only saw it very, very recently. I've seen it twice now, but I absolutely love this, and it's Joe Dante's Matinee. A fantastic, fantastic film. So good. Takes you back to like those like 50s monster movies that were being made. It was just so entertaining, and I had an absolute blast with Matinee. Enjoyed the hell out of it. Next Arrow release I've got is Miracle Mile. Again, this is another movie I absolutely love, about Anthony Edwards, who gets this phone call at this diner saying this nuclear bomb's going to go off and it's going to kill everyone, so you need to evacuate the city, but no one will believe him. Oh, it was just so, so interesting. I absolutely loved Miracle Mile. Thought it was just brilliant. So these last four I've got, these are like probably my 4 favourite Arrows ever. So the first one of these last 4 I've got is The Last American Virgin. Now, the premise of this movie is very, very simple. It's one of those sort of teen sex comedies. And you could class it as very forgettable. But the last half hour, 20 minutes of this film, it really became something different in my eyes. And the ending to it is one of my favourite endings to a movie ever. Man, does this movie have some balls to do what it does. I admire it so much for that. And the ending's realistic, and it's real life, and that shit happens, unfortunately. But yeah, if you can check out or find The Last American Virgin, I know it's out of print. I did see one in my local CX a couple of weeks ago, but I went back and it had gone. But yeah, if you can find it, check it out. It's brilliant. It really, really becomes a more serious film in that last half hour, 20 minutes. This is a film I absolutely love. I hated it the first time I saw it, but it really, really grew on me. I absolutely love this film. And it's Heathers, Christian Slater and Winona Ryder. I have the biggest crush on Winona Ryder. I think the woman's just absolutely stunning. But yeah, this film I absolutely adored. I love the social class of the high school it's at, the murders that go on and take place. It's just so much fun, and I dug these 2 characters so much, and I had an absolute ball with Heathers. Great cast to it as well. Yeah, just an absolute really, really good time with Heathers. Great 80s film. Next one I've got this is another film I grew up with and absolutely loved. I've still got my VHS of it, and it's A Fish Called Wanda. Oh god, the chemistry in this cast is just absolutely brilliant. Kevin Kline actually won the Oscar for this, for Best Supporting Actor. He's on point and firing at all pistons in this film. There's, Otto, just this absolutely insane madman. You never know which way he's going to go or what he's going to be like. Yeah, I had so much fun with A Fish Called Wanda. Just a great cast and a great time of a film. Absolutely loved it. My last Arrow that I've got in my collection is Peter Weller in the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. Yeah, I absolutely love this film. It is so good. It is so brilliant. Can't tell you what it's about absolutely at all. The cast in it is phenomenal. But the movie itself is just a good time. It's so fun. The music in it's so bizarre and yet wonderful. I just dig this movie so much. So yeah, that is my full Arrow Blu-ray collection. I thought I'd like to show off some of the titles I've got. Just great to see these movies get some love on the Blu-ray releases that they deserve. So yeah, I'll leave the video there and say thanks very much. Let me know some of your favourite titles that you've got on Arrow. I'm hoping to get some more in the future because I know more and more films are coming out. But yeah, these are just some of the early ones I've picked up and I really enjoy. As I said, it's very 50-50 for me. Some of them are brilliant, some of them are a bit underwhelming. But yeah, I enjoy them. I enjoy collecting them and I enjoy going into some of them blind. So yeah, I'll leave the video there and say thanks very much. If you've enjoyed it and are new to the channel, please think about subscribing. You know, let me know your comments down below as well, what you think of the label and what your favourite releases are. So I'll leave it there and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe and take care.